reason we're talking today is because you're coming out with an album, which is a remix project of your album, the Mindsweep, with Hospital Records, called the Mindsweep Hospitalised. Where did this concept come from?
It's such a sort of varied album, we just thought it would be quite interesting to see what a drum and bass take on each track would be. And Hospital's like the one label that, I mean, me personally and most of the other guys have been into since we can remember, really, being into dance music. So yeah, it just seemed like a really exciting idea. I think we might have spoken loosely about the idea with our management, and then I think he came back to us and was quite serious about it, and we were like, oh, really? Like, amazing.
What was your kind of entry point into drum and bass?
It would have been Rory, our guitarist. His elder brother was a drum and bass DJ, so every time I was around his house, we were at the decks, just sort of listening and sort of slowly getting an education. It was a lot of Ram stuff, Andy C constantly, some very sort of dance floor heavy stuff. I grew up with a lot of like Motown and Northern Soul, because my dad used to DJ that stuff. The early Hospital stuff is very orientated around that, very melodic, sort of quite heavily sample based, and I think that just clicked with me straight away.
I've got to ask you, did you know about Enter Shikari prior to this project?
I met Ian, the band's manager, about 2008, 2009, probably just because the band wanted a couple of our artists to remix some of their songs, which came through Atlantic. Mm-hmm. So, I knew a bunch of the A&R guys at Atlantic. We'd just done a few other bits and pieces with them. And dare I say it, maybe because it was through a major, those conversations often kind of peter out a little bit. Yeah. Because, you know, you're at the mercy of like a bigger machine. Now that the band are with Play It Again Sam, now I know a lot of the people at that label, and Pete, who's the label boss. First of all, like, one of the things was that I knew for a fact that the band were genuine. At this point in our career as a record label, I'm all about things that we've not done before.
When you realised what the project was going to be, remixing this album, how did you decide who got what track? What were you given to remix?
Yeah, well, me and Rory got together and sort of listened through the album, just trying to imagine it from the different perspectives. Yeah. And yeah, there was a few that just really stood out straight away. As like, I think it was perhaps the Keeno one or the Rezo one. Just really thought, oh, this is their ideal.
When I first got together with the band, I just wanted enough time to just talk about the idea of remixing, because as we all know, sometimes like a remix can be, you'll take as little as you can from the original and just drop it on one of your demos and get paid. Perish the thought. The album is so diverse. I think one of the most important things for me and the artist was that it's not just guitars and vocals.
Drip, drop, bit by bit, it's the dulcet sound of the glacial melt.
I mean, there's all sorts of sounds in there. You know, a lot of sort of spoken word and a lot heavy synths. It was really important to me that we could spend enough time thinking about that and pick through each track and think, like with Myopia, which is a beautiful track on the record, you said to me, I want Bop to do that, and a Bop is quite an out there, left field, kind of 8-bit drum and bass producer from St. Petersburg. Very, very underground. And that, for me, that's just a brilliant fit. Totally unpredictable. And in the end, I think it's a standout moment on the project.